and actually very consistent epidemiology, that the numbers on the somewhere between 1 in 150 to 1 in 200 babies being born with the congenital infection is very consistent across populations. That is true of, again, low and middle income countries as it is in high income countries. However, if you drill down into the numbers more, there's some trends and some different distribution across the population, and even disparities. It is a disease of disparity, because the number of people who are exposed to CMV and acquire CMV in early life differs based on lower middle income or high income status of the country, as well as their sort of living environment. Where lower income countries, it is more prevalent, and so many people pick it up in their first few years of life, and therefore go into pregnancy as someone who's previously had immunity to CMV. Whereas people in higher income countries, and especially the Northeast of the US as one place, where less than half of women have become infected before pregnancy. The first time you're infected if you become infected for the first time during pregnancy, that's a very high risk of transmitting the virus to the baby, 30 to 40%. If you become reinfected as a person who's already had CMV, and remember, it lives latently with you, you have a smaller chance of transmitting it, maybe somewhere on the order of 3 to 4%, where it's 30 to 40% with primary infection. But that was a surprise to everyone in the infectious disease field, 20 or so years ago when this was recognized, because from the rubella experience and the measles experience, et cetera, immunity was for life, and immunity to rubella completely prevented the congenital infection. That is not true of CMV. Natural immunity does not confer complete protection. Partial protection, but not complete. So there's still ongoing congenital transmission, even in areas of high seroprevalence. So the types of exposures are different that are going on in these countries, but the end result is almost the same epidemiology. But it's true that individuals who live in regions who have lower socioeconomic status are more likely to be born in a country outside of the US, or are from communities of color, are more likely to experience congenital infection, and therefore making it a disease of disparity in high-income countries like the US.